Hey everybody, welcome to Chick and Dude. I'm Chick.
I'm Dude.
And so today we're here to do a couple things.
A couple things are conversations that we're going to have about things related to us as a couple. You may be able to transfer these points or advice or stories to your relationship or whatever. But the main thing is we're going to talk about a couple things related to couples. And the conversation today for the first couple things is old school term, old school word, courtship. That's what it sounds like. Every time I say it, it makes you want to do this.
Courtship. Yeah. We've been married 27 years, and so we have noticed that over the last couple of decades, for real, like maybe at least 15 years, if not longer, that courting is like no longer a thing. We're not old enough to have actually used the term courting, but it just seems so just perfect for this. We dated, but it seems like people don't date anymore.
Yeah, it's in the age of the internet and meeting people, and I guess it's really a different marketplace. And because it used to be, we talk about clubs and wherever you meet, but this whole new area of being able to meet someone online that may live in your city, may not live in the country, your section of whatever, so you all can meet up. So it really expands how you can meet people. But yeah, it's no courting, and the whole thing to me was steps and getting to know somebody, them getting to know you, building some form of foundation of memories through this courtship of dating, of going places, experiencing events together and stuff like that. And it just seems like now that I see more often, because that makes us definitely sound old nowadays. But it's so many people that seem like to me they're meeting at around noon and around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. They are in a relationship, and then they move in together a day or two later. And it's just like, wait a minute, I thought you just met dude on...
And then they're engaged.
Right.
And they've announced it to everyone on Facebook.
Exactly. Had parties and registered for this, that, and the third.
And then all of a sudden, there are no words.
Exactly.
No posts, no comments, no nothing. That person just all of a sudden disappears from their timeline. But,
Can't find them nowhere. And I've checked.
Yeah, you've done it before. Whenever somebody was driving you crazy about their new boo, and then all of a sudden you don't see them talking about new boo anymore, you go back looking through, and that picture was there 2 months ago. We're not the only ones who have done that.
Went from new
you've
boo
done that.
to no boo.
No boo, right? So, like we had fun dating, before we got married. And I know people now who not only the relationship, they jump straight into a sexual relationship. They don't get to know each other. Like and we do sound old, like when we start saying, I remember on Girlfriends, you remember, I used to make him watch Girlfriends with me. And plus, we're talking about this is a long time ago. But I remember when Joan on Girlfriends was talking about her 3-month rule. Mm-hmm. And it was such a big thing that she had a 3-month rule. And I just didn't understand why that was such a big deal. And now there is not even, what is there, a 1-date rule? Like, is there a date? Like, there's just Netflix and chill now, right?
And then I'm not even one with the 30-day mandatory rule. I don't want to seem, in my opinion, I don't want to seem like a prude to me. But I say that to say that not only is it that there's no standard or no rule or whatever, even though to be honest with you, Steve Harvey came out with that too. He talked about that in his book. That was the
3-month.
Yeah.
Joan, I think might have been first.
No question. Yeah, I'm just saying, but the thought process is still around.
Right.
And
it's not even about that. I'm not a prude like that either. But it's like where are you getting to know each other? Like you said, that's how you get to know each other, by dating, by courting each other, right?
Right. Yeah. But now when you can swipe left and right and immediately take care of your business, and again, there may be a time and a place for everybody to do exactly what they're doing. But if you're looking for something, if you complain about, that's what gets me sometimes. people complain about long-term stuff, but you're not acting in a long-term way like you want something long-term, period. So why the fan get started like this?
Yeah, y'all, for real. Like, this is crazy. I'm sitting here, we're talking to y'all. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but all of a sudden, the fan just came on. The ceiling fan just decided to join.
Which is cool because our lights are hot, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. But yeah, it's not about, okay, so if you're just looking for a hookup, whatever, that is what it is. That's fine. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people who are looking for a relationship. They want a commitment. They want to be married. And we don't court anymore. Like, one of the things that I always tell people that was so cute with us when we started to date in 1990, 89, 90. We started dating in 1990. He used to take me to the ice cream parlor. Like, that makes us sound really old. Like, we were in the 60s. But he used to take me to the ice cream parlor because I do love ice cream. And it was such a sweet thing to do. Like, there's no alcohol there. He wasn't expecting me to drink. It was just a really sweet couple's date. And
though that's kind of stuff that when you do dates like that, that's when you learn that your date is lactose intolerant. And hey,
after
a couple of times it was all right. Then all of a sudden she over there holding her stomach. She's in pain. She's like, "Yo, what's wrong?" Stomach ache. I was like, "Girl, cut loose." That's what I said, man. I'm like, whatever. You go ahead, cut loose.
That trap gas is serious, y'all. Y'all know it.
Yes, it is. And a direct quote was, I'll just tell you, after a minute or two, I looked at her like, I didn't know somebody so pretty could smell like that. It was frightening.
Really, this man walked up out the room, y'all. It was bad. But this man walked up out the room and came back with like 6 incense sticks.
Lit.
All lit. Just like an inferno. We're in an apartment. I'm waiting for the smoke detector to go off because he has lit everything. And he's walking around, oh no, it's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay. But it was so funny because I thought that date was so thoughtful and so sweet and so cute. And this is before lactose-free ice cream and all that kind of stuff. And I ate ice cream and I loved it. And it was something he thought would be sweet to do. And it was. And then it was sweet for him to also be okay with what the result was, what the gas was.
You're at a certain level when you let somebody fart and you tell them, hey, cut loose.
I also have really stinky feet, or at least used to have really stinky feet. And this was in the 90s during patent leather heyday. And so I had many patent leather shoes, pumps, flats, all kinds of stuff. And sisters, y'all all know patent leather does not breathe. It ain't giving you nothing. And with the I'm trying to think of a nice way to say sweaty, but
it's not a nice way to say it. It's just
I sweat a lot, and so it was. I had odors, and so he was very kind, and he learned these things about me before we got married because we dated. We had times that we actually went out. We learned what each of us liked because we dated. I mean, and in dating, dating doesn't always have to cost a lot of money either. You know, like, taking the time to get to know each other. Like, we used to just walk around the record store and we could learn from each other just by what we were drawn to in the record store.
All right, what can be an equivalent of that nowadays? Because they don't.
There's no record store now.
There's no record store, so I don't know. Maybe. Oh God.
I mean, just the mall in general, I guess.
Hell, that's so different. Well, I mean,
the mall is different because we used to walk around the mall too, but it's a different world now from what it used to be.
Outdoors is a big thing for us, and outdoors still exists. We do out the park, picnics in the park, just going to the park, hanging out at the park, and
that's a great free date. We live by the river. You can go take somebody to the river with a blanket and some sandwich making stuff. It doesn't have to be that big of a deal. If you're looking for a woman who wants who enjoys simple things in life or whatever, then that's definite. I mean, some sisters are gonna be like, don't have me outside on the ground. And if you like to be outside on the ground, now you've learned something about her. That's what courting is all about. Because if you like outdoors and she doesn't, that's something important to know.
I was talking to somebody the other night, and they were telling me about a new person in their life, and I was really excited about it because they'd gone through some other turmoil beforehand. But it was just like to me, they were really just ready to jump all in, and we're talking about around a month. And I'm just like, well, as far as I was concerned, in that level, have fun, enjoy where you are right now, and instead of making it like, I'm gonna miss this person because they're out of town, and it's, whatever the deal is. Even in courting, enjoy that moment, and it doesn't have to. Every date doesn't have to be looking like the rest of eternity or what have you.
Right.
But it's interesting looking at dating and being out of the dating game for so long and seeing this whole new aspect of where it is. So the equivalent is a swipe left and right. And hey, in some cases, I guess that'll cut through the bull or the red tape or whatever. Hey, I like you physically and blah, blah, blah. And hey, here we go. But at the same time, man, it's just seeming to be a bunch of scary stuff. Scary interactions and, maybe a lot of waste of time. But hey, maybe a lot of sack jumping in and out of. Sack jumping
and
in.
And if that's what you're looking for, again, then that's great. But if you're looking for something more, let us just say real quick, we dated for less than a year.
Oh yeah.
Before we got married, and again,
married, baby.
Right, I was 8.5 months pregnant when we got married, and so, like I said, we had been dating less than a year. We got married. That gives you a lot of clues. So we're not saying that. You can't make it work or it can't be the right person if you do it in a short period of time. But what are you doing in those few months? How have you gotten to know each other? If it's just texting and every now and then we hooking up, or every now and then we Netflix and chill. I don't know if is that even the term anymore, but that's what I know because I'm 48.
Hulu and hookup.
Whatever it may be. Do these things, get together. If you Netflixing and chilling, then make sure you're watching something that matters enough to you that y'all can dialogue about it. That now we have this thing in common. And if you don't like the dialogue and you like to just watch silly stuff, then you want to get with him and chill and make sure he's not always trying to watch a documentary or vice versa, whatever it is. But taking the time to get to know each other. Courting is more than just, and dating is more than just, making somebody pay for a meal for you. I think that's a big thing that's been going on too that bothers me. This whole women being gold diggers and men, what's the term they using, calling guys that...
F-boys?
No, that's a whole different thing. Oh. It's a simp, I'm not even going to say name, but they talk about guys who take women out and pay for dinner or take women out and pay for the movies or whatever and act as if this is a bad thing.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
so,
old school.
It's old school for me to, not even just whoever's paying for it. If you're going old Dutch, as they used to say, each of you is paying for it. Who cares? As long as you're taking the time during whatever time period you're dating to do things together and to get to know each other. Go out and eat. Go out and sit somewhere you can talk. People like to do movies, and we did a lot of movies, but if you're not also having spaces that you can dialogue, it's...
Conversation rules the nation.
You're just sitting in each other's presence.
Right, yeah. So, that's the thing. So, hey, man, if you're courting, get to know somebody. And you may just get to know somebody, and you can say, oh, man... They are crazy as hell. I need to run the other way.
That's important to know.
Oh, yeah.
It's important to know.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might just find the love of your life.
Right.
But take the time to date. Take the time to get to know each other. It's not, I met you and now we, have slept together one time and now this is a relationship. We are we're jumping into the whole relationship definition, I think, a little too fast.
Yeah. It's again, it's maybe just a hookup or an experience.
We used to call talking. We talking. That's what we used to say.
Mm-hmm.
There was a level between we friends, we talking. Now that's my dude.
Are you doing the nasty when you're talking?
You could be.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Talking like now is kicking it, or kicking it is different from hooking up though.
Oh, okay.
We really sound like old people. So anyway, that's it. That's pretty much all we have to say about courting, dating, or whatever. Give it a try. It doesn't have to go from A to Z that fast.
And let us know what you think about too. You know, your definitions of maybe courtship, of the hookup. What was the other thing we just said?
Kicking it,
and Netflix and chill.
Or let us know if our terms are a decade old and we need to get up with it, because
a decade old.
I mean, I know courting is even before we were born, but anyway. Let's talk about dating, y'all. I mean, this is something I hear from people in their 20s, in their 30s, and even older. Like, how you 40-something and you not dating? We don't get it. Let's talk about it. Hit us up. Post a question down here in the comments. If it's there. We know the comments are down there. Subscribe to Chicken Dude. Is it over there? Is it up there? Something like that. Notifications down there. I know the bell is down there, so you can get notifications. I'm hoping that you guys haven't heard the fan the whole time. But check us out, Chicken Dude. We're on Facebook. Chicken Dude do keto on IG. And come back here frequently. See what we're talking about. We'll be back again next week.
This has been Chicken Dude.
We out.
Hey, we also want to talk about our T-shirts, man, because every time we do a show, we like to have some T-shirts of some significance, because when we first started dating, we used to wear these funky T-shirts all the time. So anyway, that's what we'll be doing every time we broadcast, some kind of funky T-shirt. And today, we both have on some nice T-shirts with great messages on them. Mine is from the Black Theater Network that had their conference at the Hattie Lou Theater in July of this year. And this is their T-shirt that says Liberation Theater, where Black Theater works. When Black Theater works, Memphis 2018. So
I'm also wearing a Hattie Lou t-shirt, Hattie Lou Theater, HATTILOO. I believe I just spelled that right because I'm not looking at it. Hattie Lou Theater. We always want to make sure that we're one thing, representing where we are, and that's Memphis, Tennessee, and that we're also representing some of the companies and organizations that are important to us. And Hattie Lou Theater is crucial for our city, and it's really important to us. So we're wearing our Hattie Lou t-shirts, and this one starts off with Dream Like Martin, Lead Like Harriet, Fight like Malcolm, Think like Garvey, and it goes on and on.
Maya and Madam C.J. Walker, all kinds of great references, all the way down to Rosa. So it's a great message on that.
So get to Hattie Lou if you're in Memphis, or if you come visit Memphis, check it out. And check out the t-shirts as well. And you may even be able to order them online. Check their website and see. Thanks.
Appreciate you.